like sometimes, like we do sometimes, we covered everything in the show notes on today's episode. So we didn't have a whole lot of conversation here afterwards, but I like that we ended on this idea that or we at least kind of played around with the idea that as an adult, as a sophisticated reader, you turn a corner in storytelling where suddenly something that seemed okay in previous iterations of the same story is no longer okay, right?
Right.
So you start to empathize with the instigator character. You start to empathize with the authority character. And now all of a sudden you realize you're the grown-up in the room because you can see it from the cop's point of view, right?
Right.
Can you think of any books that you read where you got to that place and you're like, yeah, I don't empathize with this protagonist at all because they're completely in the wrong?
Usually when it's a character who acts impulsively in a situation that can have dire consequences, if he doesn't succeed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, that deliberately puts himself in that situation.
And then takes a risk
Right.
that shouldn't even have to happen.
Right.
This is all
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
This is all of the Mission Impossible films.
Yeah, pretty much.
All of them. And as much as I love them because they're exciting and they're fun and they're well scripted and all this kind of thing, every time I'm like, really? It's got to be Ethan, and really only Ethan can do this one thing. Like, I get very frustrated by that. There's not a single operative who's capable of this except this dude. Really?
I don't watch Mission Impossible for realism. Okay,
right.
I watch it for spectacle, but mostly when it's a loose cannon character.
Okay.
Who, I'm a wild loose cannon, doing whatever I want. Usually a cop, something like that.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, Jesus, how come you're not dead?
Do you have to foreshadow that guy before he makes, and I'm using the pronoun he, but I mean, it could be anybody. Do you have to foreshadow this character that's going to go off the rails and make things ridiculous? Do you have to have, maybe a
usually
previous incident?
Scene where something ridiculous happens.
Yeah, and some little previous incident that we know the last time he was trusted, this happened, ... right? And so now you're trusting him again? Wait, what?
Like Axel Foley in the beginning of
Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah,
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. All right, we've been talking about the Miser, the Grinch, the Scrooge, and all of that because we're right ahead of Christmas here. So we hope that you all will have a wonderful holiday, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Festivus, whatever holiday you celebrate.
But mostly Christmas.
Hopefully you'll get a chance to be with your family, with your friends, and at the very least be grateful for them in your lives. We are grateful for you. Thank you for being patrons. Thanks for tuning into the show. We'll see you on January 3rd.